I'm Joe Burks, and this is Veterans Affairs Caregiver Support Program.
And today we're going to talk about VA Caregiver Support's Respite Care Program. You're about to meet Cindy, the caregiver, and her husband Lee, and of course their veteran son Joe. Joe is a 39-year-old veteran who served during the Persian Gulf War era. In 2009, while in the Navy, Joe was catastrophically injured in a motorcycle accident. He is 100% service connected with a history of traumatic brain injury with a closed fracture of the spine at C1. Joe has partial paralysis, has neurogenic bladder and bowel, is aphasic, and has other chronic medical conditions. Joe requires total care and has limited ability to communicate. Joe's caregivers are his parents, as I said earlier, Cindy and Lee. They are also his legal guardians. Joe resides with his parents, who built an accessible home to accommodate Joe's needs. Both parents at the time had to quit working to become Joe's full-time caregivers, and they still are. Joe's mother and father use regular respite care to be able to run errands, go out to eat, do crafts, and simply spend time as a couple. At other times, it's just to work around the house and the yard while someone else is providing supervision for Joe. Hi, Cindy. You and your husband are caregivers for your son, Joe. Can you start by sharing a bit about your role as a caregiver?
Yes, our journey started in 2009 when Joe got hurt in the Navy, and we flew out to California, and we just started our journey there, and we stayed with Joe for almost a year in the hospitals off and on, and it's been a long journey, but it's been one that's been worthwhile.
Wow. So what led you and Lee, to becoming caregivers for Joe?
Well, we've seen in some places, that we just wanted to bring him home. It was just that's our son, that's our baby boy, and we just needed to bring him home as soon as we could and take care of him.
So how did you first learn about VA's Caregiver Support Program?
Well, we got into it in around 2011 when they first started. It was kind of a new thing, and we were just kind of on their program, and Julie Heath called me one day and just asked me if we would be interested in it, and I said, well, sure, explain it to us, and we went from there.
And Julie was a part of the Columbia Caregiver Support Program?
Yes.
Very cool, very cool. How did you learn about respite care?
Well, she also went into that too when we were discussing everything as to giving Lee and I some time together and just giving us a little bit of a break.
So as she introduced the program to you, what factors led you to consider taking part in it?
Well, it just sounded like a good thing at the time. I mean, Lee was still working, and I was trying to work at the time, and it was just harder if I didn't have someone else in there to help me a little bit.
How has respite care played a role in supporting you as the caregiver?
Well, it gives me time to just breathe just a little bit. All of us need a little bit of time just to look back and sit out on the porch and drink a cup of coffee, a cup of hot tea, and just relax for a little bit.
So what specific challenges do you face as a caregiver, just generally?
It's an everyday thing. It's not something that you go into lightly. It's something that we do every day, 24/7, 365 days a year. And so it's not something that you go into lightly as you progress into becoming a caregiver.
How has respite care helped address and alleviate some of those challenges you mentioned?
Well, I get to go out and I can mow, or as you noticed outside my house, I have lots of flower beds that I play in all the time, and I do craft shows, and Lee and I do nursing homes and play music for the older folks, and up at the VA here in Warrensburg and some of the nursing homes.
So tell me more about those hobbies and those fun things that you get to do, want to do, are allowed to do during respite.
Well, I do crafts. I cut out wood and I toll paint, and then I get to go spend time with my mom and my sister-in-law.
And what's Lee get to do? I saw some of Lee's hobbies this morning, so tell me about Lee and what he gets to do.
Oh, he loves his old trucks. Maybe you'll show some pictures of his old trucks here pretty soon. He loves doing his old 58s and makes some 4x4s, and he loves music, and that's his passion, is his music. But his biggest passion is Joe, and mine also.
Cindy, is so well said, and Joe should be your passion, and he should be ours too as a part of VA, so thank you for that. What ways has respite positively impacted Joe?
Well, it's wonderful. When you find the right fit for your son or your daughter or your husband, it's wonderful because they get to interact with someone besides their mom and dad all the time.
Are there noticeable improvements to his overall well-being or his quality of life?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, any changes that you have, and if you get a good caregiver to come in and help with respite, they interact with them, and like Carissa, she takes Joe outside and they walk around, and if it's nice out, we all go to the park and different things, and Joe, that makes Joe happy, and of course we all love to go and do things together.
So Cindy, tell me more about Carissa and how that developed and how you found her, how she found you.
Well, the VA had a contract with another agency, and we go through that agency, and they found Carissa for us, which she has just been a godsend to us. I mean, Joe loves her, they laugh together, and she's just a part of our family now. So I can't even hardly express how much she has done for this family, and our families have entwined. I'm with her kids now, and it's just a wonderful thing, and she's just been a godsend to us.
That's beautiful, and more, she's riding this journey with you, Joe, and your husband.
And she is, and we've seen progress since she's been here with her exercising him and interacting with him more than some of the others had, and she's done really well with him.
So you notice improvements in Joe's overall well-being
Yes.
and quality of life?
Yes.
Because of her?
Yes.
That's beautiful. How has respite care contributed to maintaining a sense of normalcy and routine between you and Lee, your husband?
Well, we can go out. We have a big property out, as you noticed, and we can go out and cut down trees or mow, or he brush hogs, and there's just lots of things on the property that we need to do. Or we can go down, and if we have a garden, we work in the garden, or just go sit out on the porch and visit for a while.
Are there thoughts that maybe you wouldn't be able to get to a lot of that if you had to maintain that 24/7 care for your son and not have respite?
Absolutely. Yes, it does give us just a little bit of a break so that we can go out and do kind of what we'd like to do for a little while. And that helps out tremendously for our well-being and everything.
And you have a beautiful home.
Thank
I
you.
really commend you and Lee with what you've done with this home, this house, and I know Joe, it's benefiting.
Well, we built it all for Joe. I mean, it's handicap accessible. We have ramps and everything for him. It was built basically for him.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned. When you knew the journey that you were going to travel, this house was a part of that journey.
Yes,
So,
yes.
again, it's a beautiful house. Can you share any future plans or goals in using respite care, maybe changing up anything that you've done up to now?
Maybe not really. Things are going pretty smoothly right now, and it just works really well for us right now for where we're at. So.
Maybe a vacation? Has that ever been a thought of yours and Lee's? Maybe stepping away for a few days at a time?
Well, and that would have to be, we'd have to discuss that with Carissa if she would want to stay. She has a family also, so it's kind of hard for her to get away on stuff like that. And she, at this point in time right now, she's about the only person that I would trust with him because she knows him pretty well.
Yeah, I'm sure. Again, she's probably become a part of your family.
She sure has.
Certainly bonded with Joe over time. What advice would you give other veterans caregivers who may be considering, or even more, might be hesitant about using respite care?
Well, if they've had problems with that, they just really need to keep trying, because it's most important that they take care of themselves so that they can take care of their loved one. They are the most important person in your life. And it's hard because you get tired and you get stressed at times. And it's just nice to be able to step away for a little while. But make sure that when you find a person, make sure that your loved one is compatible with them and that they like them and that they're loving towards them and considerate towards them. Sometimes it's a hard journey to find just the right fit, but they are out there, and you just need to keep trying because it's very important to take care of yourself.
Cindy, the time spent with you over the last couple of months and into today's interview has been so rewarding for me. Give us anything that you would like to wrap this up with, to include your Columbia VA caregiver support team, maybe caregiver in general, what it's done for you, what's brought us to this point. So please.
Yeah. Our caregiver support team has gone far and beyond what we have ever expected from this journey. If I need something, they're always there. One time Joe's bed exploded. He has an air mattress. They were on it within 2 days. We had a new bed in here for him. And they're just, anything that we need, they're there for us and supporting us, or just to visit and need a certain person. I have Denise Heat is my go-to girl right now, and she's kind of the head coordinator right now, but she's my go-to girl, and she's a wonderful person, and all the team is excellent at the Columbia VA.
Well, I know you, your husband, and Joe are also wonderful people. So thank you for allowing us into your home, conducting this interview, and we cannot wait to share this with the rest of this country and let them know about respite care at VA in the Caregiver Support Program. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending a few minutes with us. In recap, Cindy was quick to share that sometimes respite is used simply just to step away, to sit on the deck and have a cup of coffee or tea, or whatever that looks like. She says it is so necessary for everyone. Cindy feels that the ability to sustain her caregiving role can be directly attributed to the assistance she receives from regular routine respite. She feels so strongly about this that she recently encouraged her mother to seek out respite services to support her in providing care for her 90-plus-year-old veteran husband. It's really a great story. And Cindy, thank you for sharing not only respite with the rest of your family, but sharing it with us across the nation through this video so that others learn about the program. If you have any questions about VA care or respite care, look us up at caregiver.va.gov.